what you will generally not know, that data that you're going to receive, that will take 80% of your time, because data is never clean. How to manage stakeholders, as I mentioned over here, that you will never work with one person. You will not work single-handedly, right? You will work with various stakeholders. There can also be clients. So client will also be one of the stakeholders. You have to learn that how to manage different stakeholders and which way we should be conveying our information to which stakeholder. Then the class imbalance. You have to do a bit of research to know what are the various methodologies by which we improve or integrate certain ways or processes so that the class imbalance can be removed from that particular part. Most of the places they will tell you we will use smooth technique, but smooth is not used because it is synthetic data, and you do not include synthetic data in data sets where uh, auditing or governance is a big factor. Then model drift, the model that has worked in 2022, which you had trained, will not work in 2024 or 2026. It will slowly change. So when the model drifts, what do we do? How do we decide? Do we want to recalibrate the model or retrain the model? Such kind of important information comes very handy or important. And ethical consideration, as I mentioned, the governance becomes important. You have to understand the model that you are training is not biased model, it's not illegal. So say, for example, the loan model that I was talking about, right? Fair lending process is very important so that you make sure your model is not learning from, say, someone's gender or say someone's particular age. If it learns from gender, then there can be a tendency that the model's output is largely that it is providing loans to male more than female. That shouldn't be the case. Then you are not lending in a fair process. So certain kind of processes are important assets while we integrate with the whole system. Then comes the last mile, where definitely the model that you are building on Jupyter Notebook is not the final model. You cannot deploy that model. So for deployment, for monitoring purpose, all of these things, you have to learn how to write a model using Python file and then deploy it or orchestrate it in a particular tool by using a particular platform. So that itself is a huge part, which you can learn side by side having ChatGPT or similar kind of LLMs that are there in today's world. It is very easy. If you think like YouTube is actually bombarding you with a lot of information nowadays, I prefer to suggest people just use ChatGPT or Claude or whatever you're using to learn such kind of things, because it is much easier in that way.